which has based in London, of course, and it has the logo of the wolf in sheep's clothing. I mean, giving it away or what? And interestingly, here you go, Tony Blair, he's Fabian. If there's ever a half-truth in a Blair speech, it's a typing error. And and people have said to me over the years give me some books that would tell us what this plan is and where he wants to go. Well, here's two. 1984, George Orwell, that's the police state and all that stuff, perpetual war part of it. Then there's Aldous Huxley, that's 1932, that's 1948. Brave New World, that's all the drug and genetic and mind manipulation part of it. And it just so happens that George Orwell, Eric Blair, went to Eton College, and his tutor in French at one point was Aldous Huxley, who introduced him to the Fabian Society, and that's where they got their information about the projected agenda. And he wrote to almost to his death to trying to expose it. And some people say, and they may well be right, that 1984 is code because 1984 was the 100th anniversary of the Fabian Society. So when you can get access to this projected agenda, you become an instant prophet. And there was a man in 1969 called Dr. Richard Day, and he was a Rockefeller insider. The Rockefeller family, massively part of this. And he worked for Planned Parenthood and all this stuff, which is a Rockefeller organization. And so he had the inside projection. And he, for some bizarre reason, no one seems to know why, he spoke to these pediatricians in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 1969, and he said, put your pens down, don't make any notes, turn off any recording equipment, because I'm going to tell you how the world's going to change. And he proceeded to tell them what was going to happen in the world. And one of the pediatricians did take notes and then typed them up later, and then before he died in 2004, he did some series of interviews saying what Dr. Richard Day had said that night in 1969. Okay, this is what he said, just some of it. And when we look at this, and the one or two things that will follow, anyone that thinks this is not a coordinated agenda for humanity, well, crikey, have a look at it. This is what Dr. Richard Day said, 1969. Technology used for reproduction without sex, families to diminish importance, euthanasia and the demise pill, limiting access to affordable medical care makes eliminating the elderly easier. New difficult to diagnose and untreatable diseases, suppressing cancer cures as a means of population control, education as a tool for accelerating the onset of puberty and evolution. Reconstructing education as a tool of indoctrination, more time in schools but pupils wouldn't learn anything. Controlling who has access to information, schools as the hub of the community, in other words, taking over from parents in terms of power. Changing laws to promote moral and social chaos, the encouragement of drug abuse to create a jungle atmosphere in cities and towns, promote alcohol abuse, restrictions on travel, the need for more jails, no more psychological or physical security, crime used to manage society, curtailment of US industrial preeminence, shifting populations and economies, tearing out the social roots, sports as a tool of social engineering and change, sex and violence inculcated through entertainment, implanted ID cards, microchips, food control, weather control, knowing how people respond, making them do what you want, falsified scientific research, see human-caused global warming, use of terrorism, surveillance, implants, and televisions that watch you, the arrival of the totalitarian global system. Then there was the Frankfurt School that came out of that city in Germany in the 20s and 30s and then went to America. And this was their wish list all that time ago. The creation of racism offences, continual change to create confusion, the teaching of sex to children, huge immigration to destroy national identity, the promotion of excessive drinking, emptying the churches, undermining anything that is socially cohesive, legal system with bias against victims of crime, dependency on the state or state benefits, control or dumbing down of the media, encouraging the breakdown of the family. Now this was a document dated 1979 that came to light in the 1980s called Quiet Weapons for Quiet Wars, and it was a manual from inside government agencies explaining how you collectively social engineer and manipulate the population. And this is some of the things that it said. Media. Keep the adult public attention diverted away from the real social issues and captivated by matters of no real importance. Media? What? Schools. Keep the young public ignorant of real mathematics, real economics, real law, and real history. Entertainment. Keep the public entertainment below a 6th grade level. Work. Keep the public busy, busy, busy with no time to think back on the farm with the other animals. It also said, keep the public ignorant and you have less public organisation. Create preoccupations and you lower defences. Attack the family unit, what a recurring theme that is in all of them, and you control the education of the young. Give out less cash and more credit and you trigger more self-indulgence and social engineering data. Encourage social conformity and you make programming easier. Minimise protests about tax and you maximise the input of personal economic data while minimising enforcement problems. Stabilise consent and you stabilise control. Tighten control of variables, like individuality I've said here, and you have greater predictability. Maximise control and you minimise resistance to control. Collapse the currency and you destroy faith in a country and each other. All of which are happening. Control of perception, that's what social engineering is. And this again is the paddle stores, because I'm going to put together a series of dots here relating absolutely to the society and the world we're living in today, to show that it's all coordinated and all these things actually are happening at one unit with one force behind them. As they say, the truth will